Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, April 13th, 2023. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja. We're going to be using the chart of now based on my current location, which is in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. In doing this puja, we are inviting the blessings of these light beings to flow into our lives and also into our world. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I've drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's laying flat on a side table here. And I also will be using some water, a lit tea light, an incense stick, a bell, a raisin, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. To start the puja, I take some of the water and I sprinkle some water on all four sides of the blackboard chart to purify the space for where the puja is happening. I also sprinkle a little bit of water on top of my own head to symbolically purify me, and I send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching it live or later on a replay, we're all joining together in a place of being purified, going into the puja. Now, we start with invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and I ask him to remove obstacles in the lives of all of you, in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of your life. I ask him to remove obstacles for you now and always, and I thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamudra for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we turn our attention to the time elements that are active right now in my local area. We start with honoring the planet ruling the day. Today is Thursday, ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we honor the star that the moon is in. At the moment, the moon is currently in Uttarashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Next, we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area right now, it's the 8th waning moon, called Ashtami in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Next, we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that's Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Siddha, which has energies that help us to be accomplished. And the karana that's active right now is one called Kalava, which has energies that are social. We start with saying the name of the yoga, Siddha, 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 Siddha. And now we say the name of the karana, Kalava, Kalava, Kalava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. At the moment, the ascendant is in the sign of Misha or Aries. It's represented here with the letters AC. Dr. Pillai said we would start by honoring the planet that rules the current ascendant sign, the current sign coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. Aries is ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars to acknowledge his importance at the moment. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Today in Aries is Rahu, Mercury, and Uranus. We start with honoring Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Rahu is in a star called Ashwini, a star that can give blessings for speed and healing. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Om Ashwinihe Namaha. Ashwini star is ruled by the Ashwini Kumaras, horse-headed twins who have tremendous healing abilities. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarsye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules that rules Ashwini star, and that planet is Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Right now, Mercury and Uranus are both in the same star, so we will honor both those planets before we invoke the star. I start with honoring Mercury and put flowers on him on the blackboard chart. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Om Buddhaheha Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. I put the flower petals on him. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Mercury and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power. I put the flower petals across Mercury and Uranus. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Barnihe Namaha. Barney's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. I put the flower petals across Mercury and Uranus. Om Yamahe Namaha. Om Yamahe Namaha. Om Yamahe Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Barney's star, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is, we've already done that at the very beginning. Sorry. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to think outside the box, and Mercury, planet of communication and also planet of business, and Uranus, a planet that can help with higher intelligence, success in life, and also help us with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Venus. We honor Venus. I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Kritika, a star symbolized as a razor or a cutter. This star contains energies for truth, seeing the truth, telling the truth, living the truth. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Om Kritikaye Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by Agni, the archetype who rules the fire element. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Om Agnihe Namaha. Kritika star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. Venus is comfortable to be sitting in a sign he rules. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies, today containing Venus, planet of love and joy, planet of enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Mithuna or Gemini, which today contains Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Ardra, a star symbolized as a teardrop of compassion. This is the birth star of Mohini, the director of Dr. Pillai's nonprofit organization, Tripura Foundation. And I think how perfect it is that she is having that birth star, as she has so much compassion for helping those who are less fortunate. We put the flower petals for Ardra on top of Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Ardrahe Namaha. Om Ardrahe Namaha. Om Ardrahe Namaha. Ardra star is ruled by Rudra, a fierce form of Shiva, in which he can come and destroy negativities, both within and without. Om Rudrahe Namaha. Om Rudrahe Namaha. Om Rudrahe Namaha. Ardra star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Gemini, which is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Matuna or Gemini, a zodiac sign with a great range of energies, today containing Mars, a planet that is both a healer and a protector. We ask Mars to give blessings to all those that are dealing with work in any form of the healing fields, and blessings to all those who work in any of the forms of fields that are about protecting people. We pause for a moment and reflect on all of this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu and put the flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, archetype who rules the wind and the air element, and also is the father of Hanuman. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains the moon and also Pluto. Both of them are in the same star, so we will honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Next, I put flower petals on Pluto, honoring him for being in Capricorn. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Both the moon and Pluto are both in the star Uttarashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals across the moon and Pluto on the blackboard chart. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals across the moon and Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I don't think we put flower petals on him yet. He's looking a little lonely, but we put flower petals on him now. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara, or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and also our receptivity to light, and Pluto, a planet that Dr. Pillai says can help with rationality and science. We pause for a moment and reflect on that. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha, or Aquarius, which today contains Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Satabisha, a star that is sometimes called 100 physicians, as it has a tremendous amount of healing energies, and also can give interest in esoteric subjects. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Satabishaye Namaha. Om Satabishaye Namaha. Om Satabishaye Namaha. Satabisha's star is ruled by Varuna, archetype who rules the rain and the oceans. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satabisha's star is ruled by Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn, and he is comfortable to be sitting in a sign he rules. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha, or Aquarius, a zodiac sign that is the most humanitarian and service-oriented, today containing Saturn, planet of patience and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena, or Pisces, which today contains Neptune and Jupiter and the sun. We start with honoring Neptune. I put flower petals on him. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada. This is a star that can give blessings toward enlightenment, charity, and purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. We ask his blessings. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now, Jupiter and the sun are both in the same star, so we're going to honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Next, we honor the sun for being in Pisces. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Jupiter and the sun are both in a star called Revati, a star that can give blessings to help with wealth and also travel. Om Revatiye Namaha. Om Revatiye Namaha. Om Revatiye Namaha. Revati's star is ruled by Pushan, an archetype who helps take care of the cows of the gods. He can help with animals. He can help with those who take care of animals. And we invite his blessings into our lives and our world. Om Pushanye Namaha. Om Pushanye Namaha. Om Pushanye Namaha. Revati's star is ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put more flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that can help with our intuition and also with understanding our own inner life. And Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spirituality, and also a planet that can help to expand wealth and can help with everything related to banking or legal matters. And the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it in the air above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of little flower petals. And in the air, I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings we have just invoked. Next, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and also a sweet fragrance. And I circle that around the chart in the air 3 times in a clockwise direction. Next, I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I take a raisin, a small fruit to symbolize the earth element, and in the air, I circle it around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later in the day, I will eat that raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Now, I make prayer hands and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us and also into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on the planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we have time today for a short Q&A period. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and support in this little prayer circle. Right now, if you post questions in the chat, I will do my best to try to answer them. Tomorrow, the sun is going into Aries in North America. And this is the sun moving into the sign where he is exalted or the most strong. And it's also the sun moving into the first natural sign of the zodiac. So he's starting a fresh annual cycle through all 12 signs of the zodiac. And in some parts of India, this is considered to be the Vedic New Year. in Tamil Nadu, it's celebrated as a Tamil New Year. And so it's a good day to be celebrating the sun. It will be a good day for feeding people. Dr. Pillai has requested this year that we feed people, hungry people in our area, or take a friend to lunch, or if you don't have access to people for some reason, you could sprinkle some grain or grain powder or sugar on the ground and maybe feed the worms and the ants that way, but it'll be a good day to feed. Dr. Pillai has said, feeding a hungry person is the fastest way to access the grace of the divine. So he's inviting us to do that on this very, very special and powerful day tomorrow. So in the meantime, some of us are doing house cleaning, giving old things away to charity shops, etc., as part of the preparation for the Vedic New Year. So hopefully some of you are engaged in some of that as well. Okay, not seeing any questions today in the chat. We have the sun moving into Aries tomorrow, and then next week, later in the week, Jupiter will also enter Aries. And then we're going to have quite the cluster of planets in Aries, which will be interesting. Barbara is saying, you referred to planet Venus as a he. I usually think of Venus as goddess Lakshmi. Have I confused two different divine beings? Please clarify. Good question. All of the planets in the Vedic mythotherapy stories are masculine, even if they have a feminine energy, which is Venus and the moon, both have a feminine energy. So Venus is a masculine planet. He's the son of sage Bhrigu. He is the son of a sage who is famous for doing fire ceremonies, doing teaching of astrology. And Bhrigu taught Venus, his son, a lot of esoteric knowledge, to the point where Venus has so much healing information and knowledge. Venus knows the mantra to even bring the dead back to life. So Venus is a masculine energy. Both Venus and his father Bhrigu belong to the Bhargava clan, which is a clan of warriors. Venus, the planet Venus, is ruled by Lakshmi. So that's where the Lakshmi connection comes in. So this is why on Fridays, which is ruled by Venus, the Shrimbrisi community will do chanting together. People will do extra, offerings to, pujas to Lakshmi, etc. on Friday, because Lakshmi does rule Venus. But Venus himself is a masculine character. That's why I call him he. And that's a good catch that you noticed that. And I hope now I have diffused your confusion and that you're clear that Venus himself is masculine, although he has a lot of feminine energy. And Lakshmi is the goddess who rules Venus in the Vedic tradition. I hope that clarifies that for you, Barbara. So I was very confused when I first started about, well, if all the planets are masculine, where really is the feminine energy coming in? And then later, Dr. Pillai taught us about various Nitya goddesses that are associated with different moon phases. And then I was like pacified. I was like, oh, okay. The feminine energy is coming in through these different goddesses. So I understand wanting to have both a mix of masculine and feminine, as we ourselves are a mix of both masculine and feminine. Okay, Barbara says, thank you in the chat that her confusion has been diffused. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I think we fulfilled our purpose of the Q&A session for today. I will let you get on with your house cleaning or whatever preparations you're doing for the Vedic New Year. And again, namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in all of you. This is a very special program to me. It's special that there are people coming to it regularly. We welcome new people all the time. Come when you can, no pressure. The light in me honors the light in you. May light encompass all. Namaste.